All right, welcome to episode 39 of Stream Roulette. I'm Daniel Towns with Steph Broadridge. Hello.
Hello. And this week we watched The Mind Explained.
We did.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Welcome to episode 39 of Stream Roulette. I'm Steph Broadridge and I'm here with Daniel Towns. How are you, Daniel?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
How's your week been?
Good. I had a birthday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Whose was it?
Mine.
Oh, that's right. Happy birthday.
Thank
No,
you.
I remember then that was a joke because it was quite funny because you did remind me, or not remind me, but it came up the day before.
Yes.
And then I texted you the day after asking you something.
Yes.
And you were like, I'm at my birthday lunch. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. You only told me about that yesterday.
That was my response to
Happy birthday.
every message I got. I got like the weirdest amount. Like I often get people just messaging me, asking me for stuff, but I got like such a large amount on that day
Yeah. Oh, really?
of people going, can you help me with get a room in Melbourne, or can you give me some advice about that? Or what rooms are good in Sydney to do new stuff at the moment? And for every single person, I just wrote back, it's my birthday.
What's your take on birthday broadcasters? Like, because I take it you did that in a way just to be like kind of half jokingly, half serious, but like.
I wasn't broadcasting my birthday.
No, but
I was trying to make them feel guilty for getting me to do them a favor without asking.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You had an ulterior motive.
Yeah.
How do you feel about, the people that are like, well, it's my birthday today. Like, people just do it online, like on Facebook or on, like, they do it before the birthday wishes come through, or people do it on Twitter, you see it. Like, to me, it just always seems a little bit desperate.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I know what you're saying, but okay, this is how I justify it, right? Because I get to be on stage every day of my life.
yeah.
Right.
So everyone deserves to know that it's your birthday.
No, so the opposite. So for me, my birthday isn't important because
Yeah.
I get every day where I get to be the center of attention for a little while.
Yeah, that's true.
Every day of my life, I get that.
Yeah.
So if you're not that, then I understand why you deserve a day.
Yeah, okay, that's a valid point yet again, but it just, I don't know, it just bugs me for some reason. And maybe it's because I've never had, like, I never do massive birthdays, I've never brought massive attention
but you don't need it.
parties. No, but even before comedy,
Yeah, true. But I think,
I've never been a big, I don't want the clean up, I don't want the responsibility. I'll go to a party
yeah,
because I can leave, but yeah, like, the attention.
the attention for the sake of attention has never appealed to me, and I assume you're the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe there's the trauma of, not trauma, but, like, remember birthday punches and all that at school?
No, I'm a
Oh,
girl.
okay, yeah, right. That wouldn't have happened to you. Well, there used to be things guys would do when it was someone's birthday.
Girls just don't tell anyone it's your birthday, or like tell everyone not to tell you happy birthday, so you feel excluded.
Yeah, right.
I'd rather get hit personally, but
Well, it depends how it happens, because that is pretty brutal what you just said, and that's probably the approach I'd rather be with. Like the psychological, just hang back and wait what happens. But what happened?
you should have been a girl.
But what happened was, like, usually it stays within groups. Mm-hmm. But like I kind of like because
you had your swimming and everything.
yeah, like I kind of crossed groups into a bunch of different people. So when it was my birthday, it kind of came from everyone, and everyone knew. And as soon as I got to school, like someone came for me, and I went, "Look, seriously," I said, "Like, just wait till recess." I said, "Everyone can have a go at recess, and we'll get it over with." Right?
Well, it's already numb.
And I just, like, recess came and I just walked out. I put my bags out. I walked out onto the oval. And, like,
Oh my God.
I like, I don't know, it felt like 15, 20 people, like, just kind of circled around me. And they all just, like, the first guy came running in, and he kind of tackled me. And I ended up on top of him. And then everyone else was just, like, kind of laying into me. And it's like in a friend, like, no one's trying to hurt me, like, properly,
Yeah.
It's birthday punches is a school thing. It's like, give him a dead leg, give him a dead arm, give him a, you know what I mean? But
It's funny violence.
yeah. It's funny, friendly violence.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, like, I was fine with it because I was, like,
A swimmer.
no, like, punching the guy that was under me, the guy that came in first, like, one person.
Right.
And I actually came to the conclusion after that it's probably you're probably better off being bashed by a group of people. It's not a theory I'd want to test, but you'd probably be better off being bashed by a couple of people than by one.
Why?
because it's harder for them to get a shot in because everyone wants to.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Do you mean one at a time?
No, I mean like 3-on-1 or 1-on-1.
Okay. That's interesting.
You know what I mean? Like 3-on-1 would obviously be harder depending on the skill level, but I feel like they could potentially get in their own way.
I don't know.
No, I
It's
don't
an interesting
know.
theory.
That's all it is. It's
I'm
a
sure
theory.
someone knows the answer.
Well,
I'm sure someone in comedy knows the answer to that.
try and explain it. The mind explain.
Yeah, I don't mind. Birthdays are fun. I don't gig on my birthday.
Well, happy birthday anyway. Yeah, you took a day off. That's what it takes.
Yep.
Yeah, right. So what else did you do?
I just went for lunch and then had some drinks and then stayed home.
Yeah, nice. Nice, appropriate.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah, cool. Oh, that's good. As long as you had a good day.
I didn't want to risk it.
And how do you feel now, like psychologically? Because certain birthdays have like impacts and others don't. And then,
Yeah, this is one of those impactful ones, unfortunately.
Yeah, see, I found 30 didn't, but 31 really hit me. You know? And then I just accepted it. Once I hit 35, I just kind of accepted it. It's like, all right, it doesn't matter now. Like, I'm not young anymore. I'm not got to try and cling on to it.
So 40 didn't affect you?
Look, it did, don't get me wrong, but nowhere near as bad as 31 did. Because 31 was the loss of my youth. 31 was what I was expecting at 30.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 31 was a hard year. You know, 31 was like, oh, fuck, I can't pretend I'm a kid anymore. You know, I'm a grown-up. Life has responsibilities and all that kind of stuff. Whereas 40, 40 got to me, but nowhere near as bad because I already knew, like 35, I felt too old. But then I suppose you started, how old were you when you started comedy?
34.
Yeah, well, there you go. See, like, you're young. You probably feel young for a reason.
I don't feel young.
Don't you? You know, you look young.
I don't feel young at all. I feel 40's hard. 40's very hard. 40 feels like...
Sorry, before you continue, did you notice how I have never mentioned your age? I didn't bring it up at all because I wasn't sure if you were comfortable with it or not. So.
I mean, I tell audiences every day.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I just thought it's not up
I
to
tell
me to
them
bring
so
it
I'm
up.
allowed to have an opinion.
Yeah, so what were you going to say?
I was just going to say like 40's bad because I just feel like it kind of I don't know how properly to explain it, but it feels like the world is now not for me and I'm just a spectator.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just sitting on a deck chair sort of watching the world go by going, oh, that looks fun, what they're doing over there. What a shame I'm aged out of that now.
Well, in a sense, you like probably, and this isn't meant to sound brutal in any way, shape or form, and I'm sure you've got a counter argument to it, but you probably did it to yourself because, like, I'm in the same position. Right?
What do you mean?
Well, like, people our age, this is like people's prime. Like, if you were like I know the mid-20s is the prime, but if you've laid a foundation, like if you laid that first brick in your like mid-20s or whatever, and like by now,
I did.
you should be like, you know, and then like I don't, you know, like like
Yeah, I mean that's true, but
I think it's because like I don't know what it is with you, you know, like no, same as I don't know what it is with me, but like it was like I said to you the other day, hey, maybe we should update the description of the podcast to two of the most unorganised people.
I'm organised.
Come together to try and form one completely organised person.
I'm very organised. I don't know. I don't think that's true. I think
You are organised. We both just suffer with the lack of pushing ourselves. How's this for when I
don't know. I think I push myself pretty hard.
Publicly online?
Oh, no, I don't know how to do socials, but that's what I'm saying. I'm too old.
But that's what I mean. And that's
it's not my generation. I was too old when it started.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
And I just feel like, well, since COVID especially, when there was less reason to get on, because I found it was depressing me because all the trends on Twitter were COVID, so I just stopped being on there. And, it's been hard to get back on there. If I don't have anything to post. And even if I do, like, it's hard to remind me, you know, like, when we chucked up that Patreon episode last week.
Yeah.
I'll post something this week about... So you know how Steph and I do that podcast that we hardly mention? Here's the Patreon we never mention.
Yeah, we have a Patreon.
You know what I mean? Like,
guys, if you want to support us,
market ourselves. I mean, we don't need to market ourselves as that because
I'm
that's
40.
what we are.
I need help. apparently.
Too unorganized.
No, okay. Let me just sort of stick up for myself a little bit after what you said. I did it to myself. I would also like to say that I think what I'm attempting as a career is extremely difficult.
Oh no, completely.
Far more and
Oh no,
it's
you are
a huge gamble.
You are the best.
What?
So that's a quote. That's a line from The Office.
What do you mean?
Nothing. It's just.
Why are you being mean?
I'm not being mean. Sorry. It's sorry. That's just a joke that obviously you know. It's no. I could continue. Please continue. Don't read into that at all. It's just a David Brent quote from The Office.
Yeah, I'm David Brent.
Oh, come on, that has nothing to do with it. Continue.
Well, I still see every year. I see progress.
Yeah.
In my career goals and
Yeah.
in my personality and in how happy I am and how comfortable I am in the world. And
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, so the fact that I'm looking at the world from an outsider's perspective looking in is a weird adjustment, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I think you could definitely find positives with that.
Oh, just because
like if you look at Peter Berner, who's someone who's like, I'm an old guy, I can say whatever I want. I'm like, I'm absolutely
I love that.
buying into that as an idea. Do you know what I mean? That's great.
Yeah, and look, just because you don't have money doesn't mean you didn't contribute to the culture.
Yeah. Why do I need money?
No, I mean, like, that just means you don't like.
I'm not interested in money. I've
no,
never
but
pursued money.
I'm just talking about success in general.
Well, I don't see money as success.
Well, then that quote doesn't apply to you. But a lot of people, you know what I mean? They equate money and fame with success.
No, I don't want either of those things.
Yeah.
I want to be really good.
Yeah.
That's what I consider successful, is someone who's really, really good.
Yeah.
And every year I get better.
Yeah, see, I used to have that conversation and I said, you know, mate, you're making a full-time living off stand-up. Like, the only difference is you're not famous.
Yeah.
Like, you are successful, you're not famous. Like,
Yeah.
stop complaining about not being successful.
I've gone 6 months now, full time.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
You know, I'm paying my rent.
I
bought a new suitcase.
I mean, honestly, looking back, and this is hindsight, part of me regrets it and part of me, like, it was the best thing I ever did. I will say I don't use my time any more effectively, having so much extra time. Like, it's still, you know.
Yeah.
If anything, I would have been more productive that first year and a half of.
But you've been doing it a long time.
And then.
We're in different boats.
Oh, no, completely. And also, though, it is nice having that comfort of, like, being able to say no to stuff.
Well, I'm not there yet, but.
No, but when you do it full time, you're never going to be there.
That's not. I don't think that's true.
No, that's not completely true. Obviously, it's not true for everyone, but there does come a time, you know what I mean, where it's like, oh fuck, I got to do this. Cause
Yeah, I've set new prices for me. I put them on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
But I cost $10,000 a show if I'm the only girl on.
Really?
There's a surcharge.
If you're the only woman.
Yeah.
Is that in an attempt to get more women booked?
No, in an attempt to make more money because it's a shit job and no one wants to do it.
Yeah, you watch how many women get booked now.
Great. Problem solved.
It's not a bad way. A bit of reverse psychology there.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not going to not do the gig. I'm just going to add a surcharge.
Fair enough.
Should we talk about the show?
Yeah, I was going to say that. We should dig deep into the human mind because yours is quite interesting. So
I was triggered by this show quite a lot, to be honest. So it
was interesting.
It was so interesting. The show's called The Mind Explained. I'll just read the little blurb before we get started. So narrated by Emma Stone, answers thought-provoking questions about the mind in 5 episodes. The series takes a deeper look into the functioning of the mind. It highlights the suggestibility of LSD, inconsistencies in memories, subliminal meanings of dreams, and more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So loved it.
Yeah, same. I thought it was great.
Did you watch both seasons?
I got up to, I think, what was the last one I did last night? That might have been Anxiety. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah. You know what I found really interesting is that it was made by Vox, which is...
Who are they?
Well, it's like an entertainment website. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm pretty sure, like a BuzzFeed or like one of those type of... You know what I mean?
Right.
They come up with content.
It did have a BuzzFeedy kind of vibe.
But look, I just was impressed with how well it was made. Like, because, I mean, obviously they got a budget because it's a successful website, but then comparing it to a lot of the other shows we've watched on this podcast that have a massive budget.
Yeah.
That haven't been as good. You know what I mean? Whereas this was actually, I don't know, maybe because it was as an internet thing and maybe it wasn't one of their earlier projects or something, they were more passionate about it and wasn't just content for the sake of content. But yeah, it was interesting. The anxiety one I found fascinating.
Yeah, that was really interesting. I liked that one as well.
Made me a little bit anxious.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I was going to go negative with it at all, just for the sake of it,
Yeah.
I think calling it The Mind Explained was a little arrogant. I think they should have called it like The Mind Explored. You know what I mean? Because they didn't really explain anything. It was all very kind of surface
Yeah, of course.
level
But that's
stuff.
not clickbaity and you can't do that in 22 minutes.
Well, I mean, I'm looking for negatives. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't feel like I came out knowing more.
I watched all those episodes and I still can't pronounce amygdala. What is it? You know that part of your brain?
The amygdala?
That one. They said it came up so many times. And I'm like, oh, that's how you say it. And then it just slipped my mind. And then, oh, that's how you say it. Amygdala. There you go.
Yeah.
No, but I'm fascinated with all that stuff anyway. Like
Yeah.
that's why, I found the show really interesting. Like the dream stuff. The Teenage Mind one was really interesting.
The teenage one was great.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
That was definitely one of the better ones
But
because
again,
it's something that
Stuff
everyone...
I'd heard before, you know.
Yeah, but it was presented well.
It was presented really well. It was exactly the right length.
Yeah, that's exactly
The
right.
graphics were really good. The pacing of it was excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a good little recap if you don't want to read a boring article.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. It was yet another Netflix series about the brain where they're very pro LSD.
Yeah.
That seems to be a really running theme I've noticed.
Yeah,
Whenever they
really.
have a show about the brain, there's always some guy who's wearing a suit who looks like he took a few drugs in the 60s going, you know, it's actually amazing for you. We're just not using it correctly. If you use it properly, it's the best thing you can do for your brain. It cures PTSD. It cures anxiety.
I
Cures
love
depression.
all those old dudes and those
Yeah.
things, and it's just like their face just tells such a story. You know, the way they talk.
Yeah.
Like, all right, yeah.
But-
I'll listen to you.
I mean, if I was to believe Netflix, I should be taking LSD trips once a week
Yeah.
for enlightenment.
Yeah, but in houses that you can't afford, baking food you'd never eat,
It's like,
in a bikini.
yeah. I tell you the one I liked the best. It was the creativity one. I thought that was fascinating.
Yeah, that was really interesting as well.
That would be the one that I learnt the most in, I reckon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Why is that?
Just because it sort of described how creativity occurs and how it's both sides of your brain working together. That was something I didn't know or I
Yeah.
wasn't aware of.
Oh, what you thought once I just shut down?
Well, no, I just thought that the creativity in your brain was one part of your brain
Yeah, okay.
that you were firing up. I didn't realize that it was all of your brain talking to each other.
Parts. All those signals
And
pulsating
they're
back
connecting
and forth
tissue and creating new pathways.
Yeah.
And I also really liked, they did an analogy about the brain. I think it was in the creativity one, talking about how your brain's like clay and the older you get, the harder the clay is. So
Yeah.
to make those new connections is trickier.
Oh, it sounds like The Mind Explained.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I thought that was really interesting and also terrifying because I'm getting older. So does that mean I'm going to be less creative as I age?
Or you can also just rip off other comics.
Because I always imagined it was a,
Kidding.
but I always imagined it was a muscle that you could work.
No, but I think...
I never thought about it in terms of like it getting harder as you get older.
Oh, look, it probably will get harder, but then at the same time, your muscle memory and your skill set at it, like, say, crafting a joke will be higher. So, you know what I mean? Maybe you won't notice any difference. You know, because you can write a joke a lot easier. Because you just know straight away.
But it was
like, it is
hard.
scary to think about,
Yeah.
but I don't think so. I think older people can be very creative. I think maybe they lose the drive or they get it back. Like, look how many older people have hobbies, whether it's crochet or...
Oh, my mum is in a choir. She does bell ringing. She's
What
learning
the fuck is
French.
bell ringing.
It's what it sounds
No,
like.
I know it's what it sounds like, but in what
In a
capacity?
church.
What, she just rings the church bell?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. What, every day at lunchtime or?
No, like for weddings and funerals, and she makes money. She calls them her gigs.
Yeah. What's the
Sometimes she earns more than me.
what's her official title?
It's got a name, bell ringing, and I can't remember what it's called.
Did you rub it in after we went to Perth and you got to be the gong master?
No. No,
you would've
even
had
then I
brag.
couldn't make that seem good.
Bragging
It's
rights
hard to
on your
spin
mum.
gong master in a positive way.
But yeah, no, like, yeah, I don't know. I think creativity, as you get older, I think, sometimes a lot of people start to explore it. Like, that's when people, like, look how many people start stand-up older, or they're at a point like Mick Meredith, like, with his art now. Or like my mum, she did a bunch of things. She did pottery, she painted, there was always something going on.
Oh, look,
Kind of thing.
you can tell yourself whatever you need to make it work, but it was just very interesting, I thought.
Well, look, obviously everyone's going to get slower and dumber and weaker as we get older. We didn't need that show to tell us that.
Yeah, you do. But you
But
also, your
when
work ethic improves.
Yeah. Maybe when it's
your ability to focus, your ability to tune out other things and just, get things done, that improves.
You reckon?
If you work on it, it does, yeah.
Okay, that's the secret.
I have a pretty strict when it comes to comedy and stuff and my writing and everything.
Yeah.
I do an hour a day, regardless.
Yeah.
And there's no way I would have been capable of maintaining that in my 20s.
Yeah. Oh, it is hard. Like I used to get, and then once you break that habit.
Exactly, because I know that.
Yeah, like I broke it at COVID and then found it really hard to get back into.
Yeah.
Once you're back into it, it's fine though.
Yeah, but you know that. Do you know what I mean? Going in, you have all that information because you've made those mistakes in the past.
It is also, yeah, exactly. It's nice to have that break of just a mental reset where you come back and you're like, oh, right, that's why that didn't work. And, oh, here we go, fix that.
And you also know that you can stuff up and recover and what that process is going to feel like. So having all of that information is so valuable.
That's true. What was your least favourite episode?
The first one, I think. I found the first one a bit weird.
What was that one again?
I think that was the one that was Memory, I think was the first one. The one where they did all that stuff about 9/11.
Oh, why didn't you like that?
I didn't like the 9/11 element. I thought that was weird. I don't know. I just didn't. It felt a bit American.
Yeah, okay. Felt like that was... Or maybe they were doing that because it was such a big recent memory. Like, I get what you're saying, but you know what I mean.
2001.
Yeah, but like... No, but I mean, I know other big stuff has happened, but what else has been that big?
For my life, many other things.
Such as... Here we go.
I turned 40. That's more important to me than 9/11 in 2001.
Really?
Yes.
What if you turned 40 on that day in 2001, which would have been more important?
Well, then I'd be, 60?
No, I'm saying, hypothetically, you're turning 40.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't my birthday.
No, you can't weasel your way out of this.
I don't understand the question.
The question is, if you turned 40 on
Yeah.
9/11 when it happened,
Yeah.
if that was your 40th birthday, would you care? Like
Well,
you're saying today you don't care.
I
but
had
would
my
you care back
38th
then?
birthday at Andrew Hastings' wedding, which was my 9/11. So in a way, I feel like I've lived that.
I mean, fair enough, but still doesn't really answer the question.
I've had shit birthdays before. Is that what you mean?
No, because you said, like, yeah.
I'm just saying it didn't affect my life
Yeah, okay.
or many people's lives in Australia.
Yeah. Oh, I saw it happen on TV.
Yeah, same.
Like, it was so weird too.
It's awful.
I thought I was watching a replay, and then the second I'm like, oh no, that's another plane.
But it's not a global thing. It's an American thing
Yeah.
that's been treated as a global thing because they're
Well,
America.
I mean, yeah, well, and then I suppose the war made it more of a global thing.
Oh, and I'm not saying it hasn't now affected everyone globally. I'm just saying I found it weird that they kind of doubled down on that and it didn't have any context with the show.
Yeah, but they don't sometimes seem to understand that there is a world outside of there. So,
That's exactly my point,
yeah,
which is
so-
why I didn't like it.
Yeah, so they wouldn't even consider another perspective.
So that I didn't like as much as the other ones.
I swear, like the Australian War Memorial and all those other ones around the world probably exist just because, well, we're going to tell our history too. If they're writing it, we're going to make sure people remember ours.
Did you watch the Focus one
No.
with the gorilla?
No.
That
Oh,
one.
hang on, yes. Yeah.
That one was very cool.
Yeah, that was cool. I think I might have fell asleep during that one though. Not even in a jokey way. Just No. I did. I liked it.
I caught myself sort of looking on my phone while I was watching it, because it was like I'd watched them all in a row. So did catch myself sort of wandering off, and then they called me on it mid-show saying you can't be looking at your phone. You can't multitask. Your brain thinks it can, but it can't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was fascinating.
And it said it to me right as I was like doing that very thing. And I was like, whoa.
But like, it feels like you can.
Yeah, I know. But it was just, that was really cool. Getting caught out in the middle of something, doing the wrong thing.
Yeah. But
I felt like I was a naughty kid getting in trouble at school.
But I feel like I'm effective multitasking.
And I didn't see the gorillas.
Well, no, me either. Who saw that? Yeah, no. Yeah,
I saw the first one, but I didn't see all the ones they hid in the show.
Yeah.
Because I was on my phone.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
They proved themselves right. Like, it was great.
Yeah. No, it was good. I mean, yes, it was a very interesting psychological angle to the whole thing. Yeah. No, that focus one was good.
You'd recommend it?
Yeah, definitely. Quick and easy.
Yeah, really watchable. A little bit of information.
Subject matter. My least favourite one was probably the dreams episode.
Yeah.
Because that's just...
Yeah.
It's like horoscopes to me.
Yeah.
Like, who really gives a shit what's happening when you're asleep? You know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel. Like, the dreams are fascinating and they're interesting, but even my best dreams now, which I couldn't even tell you what they are, I don't wake up and, like, I never have the urge to tell someone. I just wake up and go, oh, that was a dream. That was just a nightmare, you know, when you have a little phew. And then you pee and go back to bed. So you go, oh, geez, that hasn't happened since I was 16.
Have you had any of the ones they said were the most popular?
Which for they?
There was the teeth falling out, and I think it was, what was the other one? Being killing someone or?
Oh no, definitely not.
Sorry.
I've
had the teeth falling out one heaps.
Really? And what did that mean?
Well, that was really funny because I've looked it up in the past and it said that you have anxiety about something you're not dealing with.
Yeah.
But according to Freud, it's punishment for masturbating.
Probably both accurate.
And I don't know which one's worse.
That's funny. The most common dream I can remember, like having had multiple versions of it, is like being able to fly, but not every time.
Yeah, right.
So I'd never know if it was going to happen or not, you know. So there was a lot of just me like taking a massive run up and like diving, and then I think I had it.
Yeah.
And then just bang, like straight down into the ground. And then other times I would fly.
Yeah.
And then, but a lot of the time I would just kind of pancake down into the ground.
I love that you described that as flying. I would describe that as dying.
No, I didn't die because I got back up and tried again.
You just fell to the ground.
Yeah, from, I don't know, maybe 10 metres.
Okay.
You know?
And you just dusted yourself off.
Started right. It's a dream. Anything can happen.
All right.
But yeah, I just didn't find that, I don't know. I think that's one of the first things like people rattle up on, like on the internet when you're younger.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that one was interesting because it kind of debunked the importance of them, which was interesting.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
And how, like, that's been an ongoing theme throughout history, how we've always given them a lot of gravitas, and it had something to do with our serotonin not being, was that what it was? Our serotonin levels were lowered because we were sleeping, and therefore that was the part I really liked when they said if your serotonin's removed,
Almagardia.
you give it, yes, if your Armageddon's not working, but if you remove serotonin from your brain, then your brain gives something more importance.
Yeah.
Which is so interesting, and I wish they'd explored that more when it comes to depression.
Hang on, what did you just say? If they remove serotonin from your brain?
Because when you're asleep, your brain's process has less serotonin.
Yeah.
So you value the information you receive in that state as more important.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, why? I mean, I'm sure they are, but I'd love to know how that affects depression.
Well, it's probably why a lot of people lie awake at night, or why thoughts get more intrusive at night in the dark. Or
yeah. But I just thought that was fascinating because I'm like, if we're giving things more importance, if we have no serotonin, that's incredibly dangerous for depression, right? Like,
yeah, that's true.
'Cause every depressing thought you have has more value than any happy thought you have.
Yeah.
I mean, that's scary.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Yeah. But I wish they'd talked about that more. But, you know.
Maybe on the serotonin.
Maybe season 3.
Or the serotonin explained. Yeah, are they doing a season 3?
I have no idea, but I assume so.
Okay. Or what will we watch in the meantime?
So the next one that came up, if you I don't know what this one's going to be like. It's a sitcom called Blockbuster, and it's
Yeah,
about
right.
the last blockbuster in America, as in Blockbuster Video,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
which I
right.
think is an interesting choice for Netflix because
think-
it killed it.
Well, yeah, that's a
So
bit,
I'm fascinated to see how they handle that.
actually, that is interesting. That will be interesting. And
It's got a
okay.
great cast. It's written by someone who wrote, I can't remember her name, but she wrote on Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Superstore and a couple of really great sitcoms. So,
Okay. All right. Well, that sounds interesting. Yeah, no, I'm keen because that's a funny story.
yeah.
I mean, Blockbuster's become a punchline.
Well, it's a good premise.
Yeah, but that could also be the death of it.
It's Randall Park, I think, is the lead.
Who's that?
The guy from some shows.
Oh, right. Oh, him. Yeah.
He's good.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
all right. Let's do that.
All right.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
And we'll catch you next time.
Sounds good. Bye.
See ya.